I think we're going to hear now from the President. Let's have a listen in and I'll get back to you later.
I laid 2 stones here at Bondi Beach that I brought with me from the holy city of Jerusalem, from the land of Israel. In Jewish tradition, we place stones on graves to represent the endurance of memory, the weight of loss, and the unbreakable bond between the living and those we have lost. These stones from Jerusalem, the eternal city, the eternal capital of Israel, will remain here at Bondi for eternity, in sacred memory of the victims, and as a reminder that the bonds between good people of all faiths and all nations will continue to hold strong in the face of terror, violence, and hatred, and that we shall overcome this evil together. Dear bereaved families, Premier, Mayor, Jewish and Israeli leaders, Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, Shalom to all of you. I've just landed here in Sydney from Israel with my wife and our delegation for an official visit to Australia at the invitation of Governor General, Prime Minister, and the Australian Jewish community, following the horrific anti-Semitic terror attack carried out right here on Bondi Beach on December 14th, 2025. This very beach, beloved by the Australian people and symbolic of all that's great about this beautiful nation, became the scene of the deadliest terror attack in Australia's history. 15 innocent souls who gathered to celebrate Hanukkah, the festival of light, were massacred in cold blood by 2 Islamist terrorists. The youngest victim, Sweet Mathilda, was just 10 years old. The oldest was 87-year-old Alex Kleitman, who survived the extermination of 6 million Jews in the Holocaust, only to be murdered for being a Jew on the beaches of Sydney, Australia. These vile terrorists specifically and deliberately targeted our sisters and brothers, Australian Jews. Yet, this was also an attack on all Australians. They attacked the values that our democracies treasure: the sanctity of human life, the freedom of religion, tolerance, dignity, and respect. This is how terror operates all around the world. And sadly, Israel has faced deadly threat of terror for many, many years. In the face of this evil, we saw the very best of humanity. Suddenly, here on Bondi, surfboards became trenches and stretchers as ordinary people ran into the danger and saved innocent lives. And in the aftermath of the attack, the people of Australia stood together in grief and solidarity with the Jewish community. The world's only Jewish state, the State of Israel and the nation of Israel, stood together with the Australian people. We stood with Australian Jews, for we are one big family, and when one Jew is hurt, all Jews feel their pain. That is why I'm here today, to embrace and console the bereaved families. Anti-Semitism here in Australia is not a Jewish problem. It is an Australian problem and a global problem. Over the generations, one thing has become clear: hatred that starts with the Jews never ends with the Jews. This is why the current rise in anti-Semitism around the world is a global emergency, and we must all act to fight against it. I welcome the positive steps already taken by the Australian government to tackle anti-Semitism since the Bondi attack. Leaders, across all sectors of society must speak out clearly and consistently against anti-Semitism, because silence in the face of hatred is complicity. Let me end by praying for the souls of the victims and the speedy recovery of the wounded, some of whom we've seen here. And bless. Adonai oz la'amo iten, Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom. May God give strength to his nation. May God bless his nation with peace. Thank you.